Game started.
Riddler. Okay, let's try a d4 opening. Riddler from China. Riddler 0. This is a Benoni or maybe a Benko gambit. Benko gambit. So you can take the pawn in the Benko gambit, or you can decline it. This is one way to decline the gambit, is by playing b6. And just makes life a little bit easier for you to decline the gambit. You can play it if you're good. You can play the gambit if you know it. You can accept the gambit, I mean. But getting this knight to c3 allows the move e4, which was not supported otherwise. And eventually, you may want to push this pawn to b3, and this knight may want to go to c4. But you always have to watch for tricks on the long diagonal. So you don't want to rush that. And at some point, let's see, is it already threatening to take? Knight takes, bishop here, wins a pawn. But he gives up a piece, so he wasn't really threatening to take. But let's be safe and play there anyway. I'm going to castle. And then I'm going to try this idea of knight d2 to c4. Now, what do I want to do about this pawn here? I think it's okay. Let's see. If I play knight d2 and he takes, I can take back with the knight. Let's see if this works. Or even the pawn. Now if I take back with the pawn, he can... well, if I take back with the knight, maybe it's a little better. And when this file opens up, he can attack the bishop with his rook. But I have bishop f3 here, defending the pawn. And I still have knight c4. Which I could play now. His queen would move. And then he doesn't have time to take this pawn. Then I can play bishop here. And this opened up a file for the rook to come out to d1, supporting that guy. Or I could just go knight back to e3. But that blocks in this bishop. I could take the knight. Let's see. I could put pressure on the d-pawn, except for that he has knight takes knight. Too bad about that. Rook here. Oh, I can just play knight takes pawn if I do something slow. So it seems I have to either take the knight. Oh, well, let's try defending it with the rook. I can. The only problem is this rook might be misplaced here, but let's see if I can keep it for a bit. And it helps keep his light squared bishop bottled up to have this pawn supported. And if he trades knights, that's at least one less piece that can attack the my d-pawn. Okay, so now rook to rook b1, so that I can play b3 and support that knight. And this diagonal obviously is sensitive, but his bishop is over there. Although if he plays bishop c1, it might be a bit of a challenge. It might be a problem, but not yet. Okay. So let's go ahead and play b3 like I wanted to, and then this I can figure out where to develop this bishop to. Bishop to f4, bishop to b2, challenging the dark squared bishop. Yeah, now if I take with the queen, if I take with the pawn, I have a symmetric pawn structure, and his bishop is a bit blocked in, and I have a target on I have a target on d6, and he would have a target on c4, but it would be a little bit harder for him to get to that target, I think. Yeah, so he's immediately going to go there. Now, I need to get off this diagonal in a hurry. So, where should the queen go? The queen has a lot of good squares it could go to. It could go to a4, for example, hitting the a pawn and supporting the c pawn. But it may be out of play for if there's something going on the king side there. But on the king side, let's see, there's this square blocking in the bishop and not much else. Let's put it over here, see if this is good for anything. I guess, I can't take that pawn. For example, he could play, this is the line, he could play bishop d7, and if I grab the pawn, he could play rook a8, and the queen, I don't think has any squares. This whole file is out, and diagonally it's not looking so hot. Okay, so the rook has a few squares it can go to. Oh, I see, there's a problem. Yeah. Okay, so rook c3, b3 I was thinking of, is not a possibility because of the move bishop to bishop c2, forking those two rooks. A bit of an unfortunate placement of the rooks. Okay. So I need to get this bishop out of the way so that I can develop my move my rooks around. It's too bad I can't do it with tempo. What I should do is threaten to counter skewer. So if he takes my rook, I can play here. He moves the queen, I take his rook, and then his bishop moves, and my bishop moves. As long as we can retreat safely, or he takes my bishop and I take his bishop. So I think I have managed to wriggle out of this one. So attacking the queen, does he have something he can do that attacks my queen? Queen moves here. I guess, yeah, he can't threaten mate, fortunately, because this is covered. So my idea is bishop a5 hitting his queen, and then the queen has to move and then grabbing the rook. And as long as the queen move is not coming with some deadly force, oh, that's clever. I take the queen, he takes the queen, I take the rook, he takes the bishop. Or I take the bishop, queen takes. That's even worse. I'm down a rook at this point, so I take the queen, he takes a queen, I take the rook. Seems to be the best course. And then I will be down a piece, won't I? Or more. Oh man, because he can come back here and take this rook at the end, and then he's threatening mate. Okay, so what does that mean? I'm still down a rook. Rook, bishop, bishop, rook, bishop, bishop. And if I take his rook, he takes my rook and threatens mate. And I come back here to protect the mate. I can play bishop back to here. And I will have 2 bishops, and he will have a rook and 2 bishops. Is there any other way to play this? If I move the rook, he just moves his rook. Yep, yeah, I don't see anything. I'm just going to resign here. There's nothing. Too bad. Okay.
White resigns.
I'm going to upload this and do a postmortem, see if I can figure out
Incoming
where
challenge.
I went wrong. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.